it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Big Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. Funny how the days just run together. Well, I've been busy all day. First, I was crocheting. I got the first square done on the green sweater so that I can go back to another sweater that I started. I bounce back and forth between projects, but I got this first one done. And so as you can, and it took two whole skeins and a partial of a third skein. So and that was with a 6 millimeter without doing the chain in between the clusters. So as you can see, it's a lot less lacy that way, but it still has the drape you're looking for. So that, and what I have decided to do, because it did take two and a partial, almost 2.5 skeins, and I have 10 skeins, and I wanted to make me a top and Eva a top out of the same yarn. What I decided to do is pair this with another green yarn I have, which is this Karen Blossom Cake in the color Tide Pool. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do mine in a 3X of the granny square pullover, which will require some side shaping. And so, which is, when I say side shaping, I mean I'm going to do like 3 rows of the granny stitch cluster on each side of the square to give myself some ease, And so what I'm going to do is use this to do that. And then the neck shaping, I'll do 3 rows on each side of the neck hole that I usually do for neck spacing, because I'm still a larger woman, even though I'm only 304 pounds now. I was 393 when I started with the weight loss doctor in last July, at the last part of, I think it was July 24th, actually, if I remember correctly. And I was 393. So yeah, I'm so close. Almost at 90 pounds lost. Almost. So anyway, but what I typically do for the neck hole is I go to the center, and when I get to the center of where I'm at, which you go 24 rounds on the bigger sizes. Anything over a size large goes 24 rounds on each square, okay? And so I count to 12 in the middle when I get to my middle cluster, and then I count out 8. I do 8 clusters for the neck, okay? But I count from the corner 12 clusters, and when I get to that middle cluster, then I do 2 until I get to 8. And when I get to 8, then I put some stitch markers in there, and then I do, if I'm doing shoulder shaping. Now, if I'm doing only a size large or an extra large, and I'm not going to be doing the shoulder shaping, then I don't have to worry. I just leave the stitch markers in there so that when I'm seaming it up, I know not to go past those stitch markers, and leave it for my neck hole so that I can do some single crochets and then a row of half doubles for a neckline, for a neck. Because I don't get too terribly fancy with the neck. I just need, I need it to look nice and not be just a slit. No one, wants just a slit for their neckline, or some, I don't anyway. But 8 clusters is what I usually mark off for the neck. And then, but I know that seems like a lot, but by the time I'm done, it works. It works. But any more than that, you're going to have it falling off your shoulder and this and that and the other. So, but 8 works. That's the magic number that's worked for me anyway. And usually it depends on a person's, when I do the side, it's anywhere, depending on who I'm doing it for. If they want a larger sleeve, then I go about 10 or 11 clusters. If if they have a skinnier arm, then I do, around 9 clusters. If that helps you at all. So that's my way of doing it. Now, when you watch Cinnamon Stitch's tutorial, she may have, I don't remember, it's been a while since I watched it, but she may have a different way of doing it. But everyone's armhole is going to be different. So my suggestion, if you decide to make one of these sweaters, that you lay it over a shirt that fits you, and then use that shirt's sleeve as your guide as to how big you want that sleeve to be. And just mark it just, you know, to where that sleeve is. And that's, you know, and go one cluster beyond where the sleeve is. Give yourself a little ease, because, you know, you just like, you know, comfort. You want comfort in the garment. But plus, a lot of times you're going to wear a tank top or a short sleeve t-shirt underneath this anyway. And so you want to leave just a little bit more of a you know, room for that extra bit of fabric, and so that you're not binding up when you're trying to move. So just a little bit of, you know, suggestion. But so that's where I'm at with this one. I'm going to, when I do hers, I will probably alternate rows with this yarn so that I have enough. And plus, she really likes this. So, and I have 3 of these cakes, so it's plenty enough to make mine and hers. But I only have 10 skeins of this, and I know it's not enough to make, after it taken almost, you know, 2.5 skeins just to make this one square. I know that I'm not going to have enough to make 4 squares plus side shaping for mine. She's not going to need side shaping. She's quite a bit smaller than me. So, not for long, but she is. My little Cajun is not going to be much smaller than me for that long. I'm catching up quickly. She's about a size 8. Somewhere in there, between an 8 and a 12. It just depends on the clothes. But there's that. Oh, and I didn't even think to say it. Did y'all notice that we have a little bit of a different set situation going on here? Amanda's been busy today. And we got water, flavored water in the cup. This flavor is called red, white, and blue. It's not strawberry, but it's delicious. You know what it tastes like? Do you remember when we were kids? They probably still have them. These popsicles that they had that were red, white, and blue. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like those red, white, and blue popsicles. Amazing. And for a person with a sweet tooth, it's perfect. Well, I got a bit of Happy Meal today, and so it's going to take me a little while to get through it. So here we go. It's from Miss Diane from Texas. And we need to keep Miss Diane and her family in prayer. Her daughter-in-law is going through cancer treatments, and so she's having to leave Texas and go and stay with her son and daughter-in-law and help her daughter-in-law get back and forth to cancer treatments. And so she's moving up where her son and daughter-in-law are to live with them and help her through those treatments as long as it takes. So she was gracious enough she needed to kind of shift some of her yarn stash and things. And so she sent me some of it. And so I'm going to share with you what she sent me. And she has an Etsy store. I'll have to get her to send me the link to it. I think I should have something in here. I'll have to find out what I did with it. I think I have the paper somewhere. I don't know if I have that information anymore. But I wouldn't count on using her Etsy store right now. She's not going to be in a position to do that right now. So probably not even worry about her Etsy store right now, because she's going to be out of town. And that's not going to be an issue. But she knows what I like. So she kind of sent me some one skein wonders, which is fine, because those are always welcome. You always, you know, get more of that yarn, or just use it for a hat or something like that. Granny squares or whatever, you know, whatever you want. But of course, everyone knows that I love Hobby Lobby yarn, so I love this yarn. And this is Stonewash is the line of yarn this is. And this is teal, which is one of my favorite colors, turquoise teal. And this one is, let's see, 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards, which this feels a little bit like maybe she took some out of this one. And 100% acrylic, recommends 5 millimeter knitting needle, 5.5 crochet hook. You know, it's a 4-weight. And so I do like this one. And I've got some of my new little things that I'm going to be putting in here. And y'all don't, I don't know if I can move the thing and show y'all, but I've had to clear out the Karen Cake Cube system, the 12 cube organizer over here, because part of it came apart. And the only way to get it fixed and put back together was to just empty it out. And so I had to get some totes last night and empty the whole 12 cube organizer. It took 4 totes. So I emptied that out, and I'm in the process of purchasing some shelving from a gentleman that lives not too far from here, from Facebook Marketplace. He's got some shelves, and I don't know if I'm going to use them in here or somewhere else in the house, but I'm leaving that empty until I take a look at what he's selling me, and then decide if I'm going to put them in here or put them somewhere else in the house. So that's how that's going. So I don't know. See if I can. I don't know if this little tripod will move. Let me see. It's supposed to, but there. Yeah. See, now y'all can see. Yep. See, that's empty. Oh, forgive me, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can get it back over here. There we go. And then I have to lift that back up. Okay. Don't get all, it's all shaky now. Okay. And forgive my face is a bit red because I just got out the shower. I was hoping that the hot water would do my back some good because I overdid it. I was running circles around Johnny. And for the first time in my life, I had energy to clean my house, and I was like, this needs doing. This needs doing. So, you know, because when you're, 415 pounds, you don't feel like doing housework. And so now that 304 pounds, I suddenly feel like doing housework. And then you start noticing things. Oh, God, that looks awful. Oh, God, that looks awful. I need to do something about that. And so you just get a wild hair and just go do something about that. And Johnny's like, what are you doing now? And then I call him in there. Here, come do this. Oh, okay. And then he goes sit back down. Johnny, come in here. Oh, okay. Every time he goes sit down, I'd call him in there to come help me do something else. So, yeah. He was ready for me to take a break. And then he went back in his room, and then I got in here in my room, and I sat down, and I started, after I rested my back a few minutes, I started staring at my room going, yeah, I need to do something in here too. So the next thing you know, I took the desk out of here. I swapped out little folding tables and put my laptop on this table and my desk in the dining room and my rolling chair in the dining room, and then just moved my comfy chair over and put this table over here, and no more desk, no more rolling chair, just my comfy chair and this table, my laptop's on this table, and voila, more room in my room. My room seems so much bigger now. So, yeah. So, yeah, you notice a bit of a change in the room. You can, it's just different. Yeah, the furnace that we don't use that's covered up with an old blanket is over there now. And the table that I have the little tripod on is set much lower. I thought maybe y'all could see more of me, but it's not working out that way. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But, yeah. But now my back is really smart. Is kind of smarting a little bit, and my left leg, my lymphedema is screaming and swelling. So as much as my brain and my energy level was go go go, my body's going, oh my God, what did she do to us? So my lymphedema is in hyperdrive because I was go, 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 and now I even feel it a little bit in my face. I'm swelling a little bit. I feel like I'm swelling. I may have to see if I have a fluid pill tomorrow and take a fluid pill tomorrow. But yeah, I feel like I'm swelling because I kind of overdid it. But things needed doing. And if that gentleman's going to deliver those shelves for tomorrow, I didn't want him to walk in my living room and go, oh my God, you live like this? Yeah, we kind of do. But it looks much better now. So I won't be nearly as embarrassed as I would have been. But anyway, let me get back to the yarn, right? Okay, the next skein of yarn is, I love this yarn also. And this colorway is called Linen. It's a neutral color. This is the solid color. So this one has more yardage. This one has 355 yards. But everything else is pretty much the same. But this is just an off-white, somewhere between taupe and cream, you know. A really nice color. I'm glad to have this because I can use this for a lot of different things. And this is really a nice color. I've seen this color. They still carry this color at Hobby Lobby. So if I need more of this color, I can get it. So I like this color a lot. And I don't think I have any of this this yarn in my stash at the moment. Well, I think I have some colors that I wouldn't part with. But I got rid of a lot of my Big Twist regular value acrylic a while back. But this is, what color is this? This is Orchid. I don't think I had any Orchid. Which is, this comes in real handy since I'm working on Cindy's sweater. This matches that color to a T. So this helps me right now. This couldn't have come in a better time. This will match her sweater that I'm working on to a T. So trim work, the ribbing along the bottom, the neckline, the cuffs, everything. Boom. Taken care of. Thank you, Miss Diane. No worries about it if it matches or not. I'm fairly certain it will. Oh, that bag is over there. But yeah, this is perfect. And this next one is under the I Love This Yarn in print. This colorway is called Sage Advice. I think this would make a very nice hat. Don't y'all? That'd make a nice hat. That's really pretty. It's a nice heathered look to it. I like that a lot. Reminds me of the Hirschner's heathered yarn. Really pretty. Here's another solid color of I Love This Yarn. And this one's called Terracotta. I believe they probably still carry this color. It's really similar to the burnt orange color. Very similar. Looks almost matches my hair. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? It is very similar. That's crazy that it almost the same color as my hair. Okay. And this color is called Sun Gold. And I actually have a big old skein of this in the Crafter Secret. It might be a shade different, but I have a big old skein of this color in Crafter Secret back there. I have two Crafter Secrets in this color because I really like it. But yeah. Yes, it's beautiful. I got it to go with a variegated color that I have. And she sent me some ice yarn. Pardon the crinkle, but I know some of y'all like that. And this looks like it's one is on the sale one because it doesn't have a whole lot of detail. Let me see if it has a number. The number is 75121. It says sale cakes yarn. It just says 165 meters, 100% acrylic blue, white. I don't see any white, but it's pretty. I see pink and blue and black and charcoal. I wouldn't say black, I'd say charcoal. But that's really nice. It's a nice bulky. I would go so far as to maybe say that's a nice 5 weight maybe. But yeah, that's I could make Serena a hat with that. Hey, girlfriend. I know that's what she's thinking as soon as she sees this. Ooh, she could make me a hat with that. I sure could. And there's 3 to a pack with this one. That's my lovely yarn sharing friend in Canada. Let's see. Now there's some Yarn Bee yarn in this next bag, and it just fell out because I looked at all this earlier. And this yarn I hadn't seen before. I thought I'd seen it before until I got to reading up on it. This is Yarn Bee Dream Spun September Sunset. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what this will be yet, but it is gorgeous. So, so pretty. And it's so, so soft. It's kind of reminiscent of Puzzle, but it's more so of the Red Heart Gemstone. That's really what it reminds me of, is Red Heart Gemstone. Yeah, because it's got the sheen to it. It's really got that sheen to it. I like the sheen. But I don't have a whole lot of yardage here. There's only 76 yards per skein because it's a 5 weight. Hold on. Trust me, there's a reason I got this here magnifying glass. Yeah, it's a 5 weight. Handy dandy. Because these old eyes are getting that, just old. And I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the Labradoodles are howling. I don't know what's got them stirred up out there, but they are howling. I can hear them loud and clear. All right, that's all that little thing will carry. So I'm going to pull these other boxes over here. All right. In the next box, we got some more Hobby Lobby yarn. The woman knows me, man. This is I Love This Chunky. Super soft, super savings. And this color is called Safari Trek. Isn't that pretty? That's got some red and black. It's got a hat written all over it. See how many yards? It's got 109 yards. It's 100% acrylic and it's a 5 weight. So yeah, I could probably make a decent little hat out of that. And I do like making hats. It's very fun. And here are a couple of real pretty Yarn Bee ones. This is called Tender Touch in the apricot color. I concur, that's apricot. That's really pretty. That's a nice soft orange. But apricot, it says apricot. Let's see here. This one is a... Lord have mercy. Why do they make that so tiny? It says it's a 5 weight also. 135 yards, 100% acrylic. Recommends 6mm knitting needle, 6.5 crochet hook. So, and I think I spent $10 for this on Amazon. Love it. So yeah, there's 2 of these. So really, really, really pretty. I'll put that in that one. Okay. And then here's some, I think this yarn must have come from Temu. It's called Milk Cotton. So I'm not going to open it. I think that's Milk Cotton. It calls itself Milk Cotton, but it looks like a lot of the Temu yarn that I've seen in people's hauls. But there's some white. There's some pale pink. Another pale pink one. A green one. Another, this one hot pink, I would say. And there's all of that one. And then she sent me some yarn. I have had this before. And this is those Premier anti-pilling bobbins. I don't know if y'all seen these before. This is very beautiful yarn. I'm not going to open it because it's in plastic and I don't want to mess it up. But it's a very beautiful purpley color. I'm thinking shawl. One of my V for Victory shawls. If y'all ever want to check that tutorial out, it's always in the description of my videos. But this is a 4 weight yarn. And let's see here. There is 543 yards on this bobbin here. And it's 9 ounces, 255 grams. It's 100% acrylic, anti-peel, and acrylic. So, and it's got 3 different shades of the same color. It's got this lighter color, it's got this marled color, and then it's got a darker color, in case y'all didn't know. But yeah, this is very nice yarn. Oh, let me see what color. I forgot to say what color that was. This is tulip wood color. So there's that. And then she sent me another one. Oh, this is really pretty. That pink is so pretty. And this color is called Rosy Outlook. I hadn't never seen these colors before in the bobbins. They discontinued this yarn. They don't have this yarn at Premier anymore, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, these are the plastic ones. These are the plastic bobbins. Nice. All mine were cardboard. And so that's that one. And then she sent me a whole bunch of this yarn. I'm probably going to have to grab that box again. This is Goucher yarns. It's called Thickish. And it's 3 ounces, 97 grams, 139 yards, 127 meters. And let's see, I'm just going to call it navy blue. It doesn't tell you the... It says it's a 4-weight, but it's a really thick 4-weight. It's a really nice 4-weight. But it's like a navy blue, and there's like 8 of these. Isn't that nice? It is, and let me tell you, this is soft. I don't know what I'll make out of this yet, but I might pair it with, because I've got some other blue yarn that would probably pair with this nicely. But I may just, I don't know, make a little granny square blanket or something, because this is really thick yarn, and I could probably make a small lap blanket with it. Just who knows, maybe a Boggy Creek granny square blanket for next year, for later this year rather, you know, for their drive for next time, because I know they've, you know, closed collecting them for this time, but next time when they're collecting them. But yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. It wouldn't take no time at all to make this. But yeah, I think that's what I'll probably end up doing with these. Because it feels like it would just glide on the hook. It's really, really soft. I mean, super, super soft. And there's plenty of them, enough to make a 40 by 40 granny square blanket, you know. I'm going to just put them in that other box. I don't want to... Oh, it's all tangled up with it, isn't it? Because this next box has got hooks and needles in it. And y'all are going to just freak out with what's in there. Okay, there we go. There's this bag that everything was in. But this is going to be a long video. Sorry, y'all. Well, some of y'all like the long ones. Well, these little, these are some of them antique steel needles. These originally were in a little glass jar of some sort, but they got broken. The jar got broke in transit, and we had to fish them out of the envelope they were originally in and put them in the Ziploc because we wanted to protect them against dirt and stuff, because some of these are really old. Now, I don't have the expertise that Crystal at Bag O' Day does, but these are special. I will have to do some research, because I don't really... One of these is just not even a hook. It's just some sort of tool. See, it's just a tool of some sort. It says, hold on a minute. I got it backwards. Hold on. It says Touch Oiler. Tough Oiler is what it says on it. And it doesn't have a hook on the end of it. It just has like a little point. This is what and it says Tough Oiler. I don't know what that means. If y'all know what that means, I know I have a lot of older subscribers. If y'all have ever seen anything like this, that says Tough Oiler. So help a girl out. I have no idea what that means. But these are very, very tiny. A lot of these are Susan Bates. Like the majority of them, when I was going through them earlier, are Susan Bates. And tiny, tiny, tiny. A few of them are boys, and I think one of them was a hero. But the majority of them say made in the USA. And if you know anything, you know that they don't hardly make anything like this in the USA anymore. And so, needless to say, I've got to do some research on these and see what I have. I will be sharing these with my besties, but I'm not going to send duplicates. There's no need to send them, you know, multiples of things that they can't use. Now, there was one in here that is a blank that doesn't have, I don't know if I might have stuck that in the box because it didn't have a hook. Yeah, no, I didn't. Here it is. This doesn't even have a hook on the end of it. It's just a blank. I don't even know what that means. Let me look at see what the middle thing says. It's a boy. Yeah, it says boy. It says the number 6 on one side, made in the USA. But it's like it's a blank. You know what I mean by blank? It's like it was supposed to be in a hook, but it didn't make it through that process because it's just like this on both ends. It's just smooth like that on both ends. So I don't know if it's supposed to have been used for something in particular. Maybe it was used to poke the stuffing into amigurumis. Maybe. I don't know, but I think that's pretty neat. I think that's pretty unique, don't you? I'll put that down on the table behind the camera there. But there's one of them that actually has a little rust on it, which makes it quite unique. And I'll read to you what this... There's one at least that says made in England. Oh, yeah, this one says Watson's. And this one might be the one. Made in England. Watson's and made in England. So those of you in the UK, can you help a girl out? Let me know what that means. And it has the teeniest of tiniest hooks on the end. But this one has a little bit of rust on it. And it says the number 13 on it. Right? It says made in, and then in the middle it says 13. And then it says England. And on the other side, in capital letters, it says Watson's. It says Watson apostrophe S. So Watson's as in like Watson's and Sons or something like that, you know. But it's been through the wars. I'll hold it up, y'all can see. But yeah, see, this one's kind of been through some things. But yeah, it says Watson's, see, and then made in England on this side. But it's really small, so it's really hard to say. But it says number 13 on it. So it's extremely, you know, frail, I would say, frail. But yeah. Wow. I don't even know how old that might be. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up on Google. But, yes. But there's finds like that in these hooks. And she just gifted them to me. So I'm just like, you know, wow. And I think there's a whole lot of this brushed look here. And these are, it says number 2, it says made in USA, and it has a number 2 on it. And it says that on both sides. It doesn't have a maker. But the head of it is obviously a Susan Bates head. And it's not, I thought it was a matte finish, but it's really not. It's actually pretty shiny. And this one, it's not as old as some of the others. It looks like maybe an 80s, you know, more, you know, newer than some of these others. Some of these others look like they're from the early 1900s. But this one looks a bit newer than that. You know, you would think maybe 80s, 70s or 80s or something like that. But it just says made in USA, and it has the number 2 on both sides. It doesn't give you the manufacturer at all. And there's, let's see, I don't know if all of them are like that. Yeah, here's a number 3. Oh, this one actually has Susan Bates on it. Yeah, this one actually says Susan Bates. And then made USA with a number 3. Yeah, some of these are just like, it's like they're oops, you know, like manufacturer mistakes, which, you know, folks that collect things, they like the manufacturer oopses because they're rare. You can't, you know, they typically would trash such things. And I think this is another boy one. Yeah, this is a boy 5. USA 10 cents. You know this is an old one because it says USA 10 cents. Yeah. This one right here. You know that's from probably like the early 1900s, or, you know, yeah, long time. But it's in perfect condition. Perfect condition. It's beautiful. And I could probably spend a whole lot of time going through each and every one of these, but I'm not going to, because we would be here a long time. And there's a whole lot more to go through in this box with y'all. But I'm going to put these back in this Ziploc where I know that they're safe. I'm going to put these others on the table back in here. But Miss Diane knew that I would treat them carefully. Like this big bag of circular knitting needles. Very handy for someone who's, well, somewhat trying to learn how to knit. I just haven't gotten back to it. I've been a little busy. Yep, there's these. I'll put that aside. Now this thing I had a little curiosity about, but I took this little paper out. I'm not going to take it out on camera, but I took this paper out, and it's actually a pom-pom maker. I won't use it. I'll pass it on to someone who will. But it's a Nifty Knitter, and that's the brand. It's a Nifty Knitter, but it has the instructions on this little piece of paper, and everything is in this little thing here on how to make pom-poms with it. And it has pictures on this little piece of paper. So I'll pass that to someone who makes pom-poms, because I don't. I don't care for pom-poms. I know some of you are going, what? You don't like pom-poms? Nope, I don't. I'm not a pom-pom kind of girl. And then I found 2 of these still in the package. And these have got to be vintage. This is a boy 9mm USN. Never been opened. You think I'm going to open it? Nope. But it's really nice. It's made in the USA, and it's a boy, and it's still in the package. There's 2 of these in this box. I'm going to leave it right where it is. I don't know what year it was made, but the package is definitely vintage. It doesn't, it just says Boy Needle, Chicago, Illinois. It has an address in Chicago, Illinois. But the package is definitely vintage. And for it to say made in the USA, that kind of says vintage. Now some of these she had are knitting needles. And she told me that a lot of these knitting needles are also vintage. But I don't know much about knitting needles either, to be frank. But, you know, let me get this, because there's a lot of information on the end of these things. Goodness. Susan Bates. Some of these say 6. What's that one? That's a 10. Yeah, these are all Susan Bates. 6, 8, and 10. These are 6, 8, and 10s, and they are aluminum. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That light's a bit bright. 8, 6, 10. Is there 2 8s? Yeah, it looks like there's 2 8s. Yeah, there's 2 8s. A 6 and a 10. Yeah, 2 8s, a 6 and a 10 in this one. Let's see. I'll just lay them there. And let's see here. What is this? Oh, this is one of those, it calls it a, ooh, what does it call it? I know it had a name on it. It's a 5mm, and, well, we call them Tunisian hooks. It's a really long 5mm Tunisian hook. It's super long. And I was looking to see if it says because I'm not taking it out of the package either. It's a knit hook. It calls it a double end. Yeah, it's double-ended. It's got the same hook on each end of it. So I don't know what you'd call those. I don't know if that's still considered Tunisian or if that's another fiber art that I'm just not familiar with, but it's double-ended. And it's still in the package. So there's that. Oh, these are tiny. Oh, hold on. This says a number 1 on it. No wonder. And Susan Bates. Tiny, tiny little knitting needles. Thank goodness for the little rubber band, right? To keep them together. Let's see here. Here's some more knitting needles. I'm not going to take these out, but there's several pair of the straight, and no doubt there are probably more Susan Bates in here. And let's see here. Oh, this one's pretty cool. And I'm going to probably close pretty soon. But this one's pretty cool. I'm not going to take this out because it hasn't been opened, and it looks like it's from the 70s. But it's a resin hook, or it looks plastic. I don't know how they managed to make it, but look at the end of it. It's got that really deep hook like you see in the inline ones. But look at the handle. Isn't that cool? Look at that handle. That is so cool. That would just fit in your hand like so. You know, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah. I see if they call it handy hook. And it says it's a 7 to 10 millimeter. So that is neat. I don't know if I'll even give it, I don't even know if I'll try it, because it's just such a, you know, it's just such a neat vintage item. You hate to take it out of the package because it automatically loses value when you take it out of the package. So, you know, the fact that it's lived in this package for God only knows how many years, you really hate to take it out. It's from Florida. Yeah, they made it in Florida. So I'll have to look up and see if this company's even in existence anymore, because that's just really cool. And then there's this bag of DPN's double pointed needles, a whole bag of these, which is for sock making. I do know that, for sock making and other items. Oh, look, there's even some turquoise ones in here. I'm going to be keeping these because I do want to learn how to make socks. I do. Here's a really long wooden crochet hook. I have no idea. I know there was a really cool one that I found and I stuck back in here. A really cool crochet hook that I wanted to show y'all. Yeah, this is really cool. This is a Susan Bates ended hook. But I love that little handle. Check that little handle out. This was someone's love. Can you imagine the things they made with this one? This is a really old hook. But look at, I mean, someone with tiny little hands. They had to be tiny because that handle is pretty tiny. But I think someone with really tiny hands used this. because this looks like a custom job. This looks like a custom handle. But if I read this right, I believe this is a 5mm hook. It says 8 at the end, I think. Yeah, which is commonly referred how they refer to a 5mm crochet hook. But that looks like a 5mm crochet hook. It looks like a 5. But yeah. And I just thought that was the coolest one that I saw, with this really cool wooden handle. And it looks like it's been loved a lot. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I mean, because if you look at new heads on Susan Bates hooks, they're you know, a little fatter at the end. This one looks like it's had quite a bit of wear and a lot of love. But it does look very reminiscent of the Furls hooks. It's very reminiscent of a Furls hook. If you've seen I've seen the Odyssey hooks, and it's very reminiscent of that. Yeah, it is. Let's see if I can find. Here's a big plastic hook. It's really odd shaped. It really is. Really odd shaped, but it's cool nonetheless. It's cool. If you were going to use some of that really big blanket yarn, this would be your friend. There's another one that I thought was really neat looking. Yeah, there's another. This one. It's double-ended as well. I have no idea. Help me out in the comments, y'all. That is really cool looking, though. You could come up with a magic trick for that one. That is neat. That is neat. But there are several of those Tunisian hooks in here. And I have zero plans to do Tunisian. I'm doing good enough to think about doing knitting, but I haven't been through all these bags tied up like this, and honestly, I'm exhausted, and I don't feel like going through every single bag tonight. I will do that soon, and I'll report back to y'all on if I found anything noteworthy to share with y'all, because there's more wooden hooks in here, wooden needles. I can feel that these are knitting needles. So a whole lot more stuff in these bags. And here's another Tunisian hook that's attached to a cord, and I think this was a 5mm. Yeah, an H. Yeah, this one's attached to a cord. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And here's the other one that's still in the package. Yep. Very nice one. I will be sharing some of these with certain people. I asked Miss Diane if that would be okay, and she said, yeah, just to make sure that I didn't share the valuable ones. To hang on to the valuable ones for myself. So, will do. But yeah, there's, let's see. Yeah, there's another double-ended one. I don't think yeah, this one doesn't have anything written on it, so I have no idea what size it is. But it's a big one. I'd say that's at least a 6mm, at least a 6, if not a 6.5. But it's kind of like it. I would say it's a boy style hook. Yeah. It's definitely a boy style hook. It's the tapered. But it's the double-ended, which I have no idea what to do with. And I have enough going on that I don't need to learn a new one besides knitting. So, but I will find someone that can use these. They won't go to waste. But yeah, there's a lot of these in here. It's going to take me a while to get through these, because there was just a huge amount. But I'm ever so grateful to her for sharing these with me. And I will share with a few people, the ones that I know that can use these, and that will cherish them for what they are. and I will keep the ones that appear to be valuable, like she intended for me to. So anyway, this is a nice long video. I hope y'all like it. Thank you for sticking around if you stuck around all this long time. I appreciate all the watches and the the likes and the shares and the subscribing. I appreciate that so much, and all the support. Hopefully I have some content for you tomorrow. I should. But for tonight, I'm going to find something good to watch and something else to eat, because it's been a while since I ate, and I did all kinds of work in the house, and I've worked up a good appetite, so I'm hungry. And then I'm going to take my nightly meds and go to bed. Once I establish that my oldest son doesn't need me to come get him. So anyway, I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye now.